anybody does not have anything to add, then I'll just begin the webinar. So n8n stands for node-based node code platform, and it is a visual workflow automation tool that helps you connect apps and services to automate your tasks without needing to write a lot of code. So it's basically like Zapier or Make. These are the other automation tools that are available in the market. But n8n is way more flexible. So you can start simple with, drag and drop. And then once you get more comfortable with the platform, you can dig deeper with conditions, loops, and complex JavaScript functions. So the best part is that it's open source. So you can self-host it if needed. So it gives you full control over your data and infrastructure. And also that also adds to data security. So that is what n8n is. So why n8n? So my earlier points that I told, they pretty much summarize as to why n8n holds a higher position than the other tools. So first thing is its ability to self-host that costs us $0. And the second thing will be the flexibility to build like very complex workflows. And the most important part is that it has a global community with tons of templates and tons of people sharing their experiences, their workflows, and their thoughts, the changes, the views, everything. So yeah, that's about n8n. So before we jump into the core concepts and understand the use cases and all that, I'll just brush up on why automation matters. So every business now, large or small, has some repetitive rule-based tasks that eat up a lot of time. So think about copying data between tools or sending emails or moving files, checking for updates. So all this does not just slow you down, but it also introduces human error and it takes away time from more valuable work. So automation lets you take these repeatable tasks and have them run in the background 24/7 with perfect accuracy. So it means faster output, happier teams, and a more agile business. And when you use a tool like n8n, it's no longer just limited to developers. Anyone can build these workflows. So yeah, that's why automation matters. So let's talk about a few use cases. So here I have given like social listening. So what it means is that you can monitor your Twitter or your Reddit for brand mentions, and then you can store them on a Google Sheet for review. And you can further you can do a sentiment analysis on the reviews, and you can classify them as positive, negative, or neutral. So in you don't have to do anything, but you have all your reviews segregated into positive, negative, or neutral. So that's one of the very useful use cases. And we have e-commerce alerts that tracks inventory levels on Shopify and notify your team when the stock is low. We also have daily reporting that pulls like analytics from Google Analytics or Stripe or any other platform. And then we have one very high ROI system, which is the AI proposal generator system. So this we'll be talking about in the upcoming webinars in detail how to build this. But it is basically once you fill up a short form, how we are able to generate a proposal in seconds. So a task that takes weeks to happen, in just a few clicks in a very short period of time, you can get it. So yeah, and the most important use case is the lead management. So when someone like fills out a form, say on your site, and you can automatically enrich their data using a tool like Cura. So Cura is navan.ai's product. So once you are able to enrich your data with that, then you add them to the CRM, and then you send a Slack alert to your team. So that is basically what lead management is. So if anybody has any questions in what we discussed so far, please do let me know. I'll stop for a few seconds, and if you have, you can ask. Okay, so if nobody has anything, then I'll just move on to the next part. So before we begin the live workflow, let's understand a few concepts of n8n. So every workflow in n8n starts with a trigger. So this, they are called trigger nodes. So it can be like sending an email, like when a new email is received, the trigger, the workflow begins, or at a scheduled period of time, like every day at 8 a.m. We also have things called the webhooks. So webhook is like a doorbell for your app or service, I would say. So when something happens, like a button is clicked on your CRM, then this webhook instantly notifies another app by sending it the details in JSON format. So after that, we have action nodes. So these action nodes, they do something with the data, like send an email, fetch an API, update a database, create a new row in a spreadsheet. So all these nodes that perform certain actions are called action nodes. Then we have logic nodes like if, switch, and there are many more nodes that once we start building, you will slowly understand how they function and what they bring into the agent. So the data flows between the nodes as in JSON format. So this means that each node can receive and pass on structured data. So so that's the best part of it. So it lets you, it makes it easier for manipulating, filtering, and transforming the data in our agent. So now let's move on to our live demo of that. I'll just present the n8n platform. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible and everybody is able to see the n8n platform.
Yeah, Malvika.
Okay. So, so for this live demo, our main objective would be that by sending a chat message, we are able, like, the trigger for this workflow will be a chat trigger. So once you send a message saying, send an email to Malavika at the rate navan.ai saying, asking how her day was. So you just put in that message and the agent will take care of it and directly send the email. You don't need to do anything. So we'll just see how it happens. So first thing we do is in the beginning, this so on the platform. So this is how it looks. Uh, the main parts of this uh, page is right. We have the zoom options, and we can these are the logs. These are where the executions you can see how your data flows between the nodes. Or if you want to go back to your past executions, then also you can just go to executions and you can have a look at it. And this basically this workflow, this if you want the workflow to go live, like in production, you don't want to have any human involved, you want it to run by itself every day, then you just activate this. And once you activate it, say you have a schedule trigger, so you don't start a workflow every day at 8 a.m. Once you activate this, it itself starts at 8 a.m. every day. Okay. So for the adding the first step, now we'll click this. So here you have all your options. We have the first part is a trigger, like I said. So we have given us options, either trigger manually or when on app event, as in, like I said, when a new email comes in. So that's how you trigger the workflow on a schedule, on a webhook call, or when a form is submitted on chat message. So yeah, these are some of the ways that we trigger a workflow. So right now, we'll be working on the chat trigger, so which is this one. So yeah, you have a chat trigger here. So if you want, I can, the one below here is where you'll be sending in your message that triggers the workflow. So since I have not attached anything else, it won't, I'm not attached an AI model yet. So it won't be giving any reply. But I do know that my message went through. Okay. So now for any workflow, one thing to remember is that we have an input, we have a brain, and then we have an output. So in this case, our brain will be an AI agent to which we have an LLM model, which will be our OpenAI's GPT model attached. We will have a memory. And finally, since we'll be sending out email, we have our Gmail tool. So let's do that one by one. So to this, we'll add something called an AI agent node. So this is an AI agent node. This is how it looks. So you can attach multiple things to this AI agent, multiple nodes, multiple tools to it. So first thing that we'll do is that understand this part. So this is an AI agent node. And on the left side, does anybody have any doubt?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Achint has a yeah, Achint, go ahead, please.
yeah. So Malvika, can you just repeat the definition of trigger node? Where is the
Yeah,
chat? Where is the chat message coming from?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So a trigger node is basically what begins your workflow. Uh, I can show you other examples. Say, suppose there's a manual trigger. So if I want to begin this workflow, this is how I would start. So once I click execute workflow, so whatever nodes I've attached after this, that will get triggered. So trigger is basically like a button. So you trigger the workflow. That's what a trigger node is. Now, in case of a chat message, you have okay, we'll see it. So a chat message is part of the n8n platform only. You normally would use it only in a test environment because you would have to give the input as a chat. So like I said, we have scheduled triggers that start at 8 a.m. or say 10 a.m. or something like that. So this trigger is basically by sending a message. You send a chat message that starts the workflow. Now, if I click hi, that begins the workflow. Now, if you see, there'll be an error, but I'm just telling. So if you see, there's a green color around the node, which means it has begun.
Oh,
So
understood. So you are
yeah.
giving the input manually to the node.
Yes, yes,
Understood.
yes.
Understood. Go
Yeah,
ahead, please.
yeah. So now to our AI agent. On the left side, we have an input, and on the right side, we have output. And for this particular AI agent, I'll be using the chat trigger node as an input message. So for any AI agent, like I said, we have the brain also, and we have user message as well as system message. So user message is what the input provided to the AI agent, whereas system message is what role we give the AI agent. Say, like in this case, my system message is you are a helpful assistant, but you can give anything. So you're a marketing assistant at navan.ai, and I want you to behave so and so way. These are the nodes, and this is how the input is going to be, etc. You can have as elaborate. You can have the system message as elaborate as you want. So yeah. Now, if you want an AI agent to perform, like to reply to your chat inputs, you need a brain for that. A brain is a chat model. So you have multiple options for a chat model. But right now, I'll be choosing OpenAI's chat model. So here, if you want to connect to any of the nodes, if you want to connect your Gmail, you want to connect your OpenAI account, all you have to do is credential to connect with. You have to create a new credential and then you fill in the API key. For an OpenAI, it's an API key. You'll find it on your OpenAI account. You'll get the API key there. You fill this in and that's all. You get connected with OpenAI and you can choose your model and it will work perfectly fine. So let's choose Foro Mini for cost efficiency. Yeah, GPT Foro Mini. I've chosen that model. So now let's see how it performs. So if you can see, the hi triggered my workflow, and before it didn't give me any output. But now when I give a hi, it says, "Hello, how can I assist you today?" That is because we have attached the OpenAI chat model to it. We have given it a brain to perform, to function, right? But now I tell it my name is Malavika, and then it is able to answer to that also. It says, "Nice to meet you, Malavika. How can I assist you today?" But then I ask it, "What is my name?" and then it won't be able to remember, because right now it does not have a memory. So if you want your agent to have a memory, to be able to remember your conversations, if you can see here, there is also a memory extension. So we attach a memory to that. There are different memories that you need connections, like you need credentials of. But right now, I'll use a simple memory, which stores in n8n only. You don't need any credentials for that. So this is how the memory node looks. This session key is based on the chat. It is connected to the chat. You don't need to do anything right now. And the context video length here is how many interactions do you want the model to remember. So right now I left it at default 5, right? So now, hi, my name. Hi, my name is Malavika. I have given it. It will be able to respond. And then I ask, so that's it. It's able to remember my name. So that's how the memory works. So now the main part of our agent is the tool. So like I said, we'll be sending out an email. So we'll be using a Gmail tool right now. And so when you connect to a Gmail account, instead of an API key, you have client ID and client secret. So once you give those values, you sign in and you're connected to your Gmail. So you can operate you'll be like connected with your Gmail account. You can send emails, receive emails, anything using the this node or this platform, I would say. So now in this, you have message as resource, operation send, because I'll be sending an email. You have to, you have your subject, you have your message. Now, when we operate with AI agents, we may not know exactly what variable will the AI agent be sending out for, say, the subject or the email body or the recipient. So n8n is a very recent development wherein I have this function called from AI, which lets AI email recipient. So which lets AI, I'm telling AI that email recipient should be the variable name for this field. So that is what it is. So this is how the agent understands that, okay, the to field has to be filled with the email recipient. And then we go to the subject. So there's one more thing. If an AI agent was not connected, how we normally assign values is that we have two options here, fixed and expression. Fixed is it does not change dynamically. Every time the value is the same for this field subject. But if we want it to change dynamically, we give an expression. And for expression, normally what we do is, this is just an example. We just pull this in and we place. You don't need to remember the whole syntax and how to type it out. You just have to you just have to drag it and drop it, and then that's all. You get the variable here, and dynamically it just takes whatever input values there. But right now, since I've connected it with an AI agent, this is what I'll be doing. So I'll just quickly fill it up. Yeah. So this I'm just choosing text for convenience, and then append n8n attribution. So normally we would not prefer that, prefer the person to know that it has been sent through n8n. So this is a toggle that is a must, that has to be switched off, since we don't want any sent by n8n to be seen on our Gmail. Right. So this is it. So once I've attached all this, I've given all this. So just to understand the structure, like I said, input, the brain, we'll also attach an output. This node is normally used to modify our fields or, like transform them a little. But right now it's just to understand what, like, there's an output. So this is nothing. This practically does nothing, but just there to understand that it's an output. Now let's run. Okay, so I've attached my Gmail. I've given it all the fields. Now let's see. send an email to malavika@navan.ai asking how her day was. So if you see, it's working and it's going to the tool, and that's all. So the email has been sent. So all I did was ask the AI agent, send an email to Malavika asking how her day was, and the email has been sent. Now, if you go to the logs, you'll be able to see. We can see at each point what happened, how the agent performed. So we have the human messages, we have the AI messages, and if you will go here, send an email. See, so because I had given the told the AI that email recipient, subject, email body should be the variables to be filled into that fields. That's what it has done. So the subject was, how was your day? The email body says, hi Malavika, I hope this message finds you well. I just wanted to check in and ask how your day was. Looking forward to hearing from you. So yeah, that's all. So I have now sent an email. I'll just show it to you if you want. Yeah. So if you can see, I just sent the email. So these changes you can do in the prompt. I'll just come to that in a minute. So yeah, so the email has been sent using the AI agent. So like I said, in the system prompt, you can, right now I have a very simple system prompt because of which it's a very simple email that has been sent out. If you want it to take the role of a marketing assistant and reply to the emails in a certain way, then you just have to give the prompt according to that. So yeah, if this is a very simple use case, if you want to, develop on this, make it a full scale agent, then suppose you have a Google Sheet with a list of contacts and their emails, and you want to send to a particular person. You don't want to remember the emails. You just know the name. I have 10 people, and I attach. Now in this tool, I have given the Gmail tool. So I can also attach other tools. I can attach how many other tools I want. So if you can see, there are multiple tools. So I can attach, say, a Google Sheet node that consists of all the emails, and then I'll say, send an email to Malavika. If I just say that, it'll just go into that email. So yeah, you can scale it however you want. But an AI agent and OpenAI, the memory, this combination is something that is used in a lot of agents since it's very, very important. So yeah, that is the live demo. And if anybody has any questions regarding this, please go ahead.
Guys, you can just unmute yourself and ask away. Not just questions, even if you have to add anything, yeah, please. Maluka, there's a question from Shiva. He's asking, n8n is free or paid?
n8n has a 14-day trial period, and after that you have the cloud version that that's like $20 per month. But this is self-hosted. Like on our server, we have self-hosted n8n. If you're able to do that, then even you can use it for free. There would be no cost applied. Yeah.
Thanks, Sachin.
Thank you. Okay, so if anybody doesn't have any more questions, I'll just move on to the last part.
Yeah, Malvika, there's a question from Shiva, like follow-up question.
For that, you can visit the n8n docs, the documents that are there. There they have given a procedure as to how you can host it locally, the commands that are required to host it on your server. So you can just look at the documents and then you will find it. But yeah.
Yeah, Shalin, to answer your question, we'll put up the recording on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to see the recording as well as the presentation that was used.
Okay, so I'll just go back to our presentation, and the last part of our workflow is the upcoming webinar. So the upcoming webinar in detail will be talking about the Smart Engage Crawler. So now what this agent will do is that it will search for blogs with open comments, and it will scrape them, it will format them, and it will extract the main content of the article. And then using OpenAI, we'll be drafting a comment for that and storing it all in a Google Sheet. So that will be the procedure, that will be the agent that we will be building during our next webinar. And yeah, if you do like this session, then please do register for the next webinar and look forward to it. Yeah. And you can scan this if you want to book a one-on-one call with us for sales and marketing automations. And if you have any more questions, and please do join our, you can ask me right now, and you can join our WhatsApp community to network with others. You can find our webinar recording on YouTube, and we also have our feedback form. Please to fill it out so that we understand what is it that you're looking forward to in the next session, or how I can improve. Yeah.
I've
If
shared all
anybody-
these links in the chat box as well, so you can find the
Yeah.
easily in the chat box. And yeah, if you're interested in knowing more about n8n, you want to learn about use cases, how to build certain workflows on n8n, then you can join our WhatsApp community, and you'll be updated on the upcoming webinars as and when we announce them. All right, then I think since there are no more questions, we can wrap up here.
Yeah.
And thank you all for joining. Maluka, anything that you'd like to add?
No, thank you so much for joining, listening.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Varun. Bye.
Thanks, Mr. Thank you for
Thanks,
joining.
Varun. Thanks, Malvika. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.